Hello and welcome to our first ever Anthony's Weather Lab. I'm at Arizona Fleming Elementary School. They invited me to come out this school year to talk to the kids about the weather and about hurricanes. So we have something we've never done before. And what we've never done, I've done these school visits since 2003. I've never done one live. And so I'm really nervous, but these kids are going to help me get through it, right? Yeah! Because we're in hurricane season, we are going to talk about hurricane season. So first of all, everybody welcome 4th and 5th graders from Arizona Fleming Elementary School. Thanks for having me here. We're going to talk about hurricane season. So June 1st, so when school starts, all the way through November 30th is hurricane season. This is very important for us because where we live, we're vulnerable to getting hurricanes. And so what I want to talk about and show you some demonstrations of, first of all, is how do these ocean monsters form. First of all, to get a hurricane, you need one thing more important than anything else. You need the water temperature of the ocean in the Gulf of Mexico or the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean. You need it to be 80 degrees to 150 feet deep. So I'm putting this water in for you here. I'm going to go ahead and have Caroline come over and get ready to switch over the computer to our live show so you guys are going to be able to see what I'm seeing here. But it starts with this. So we're going to imagine this is the Gulf of Mexico. This bowl represents the Gulf of Mexico. It's 80 degrees to 150 feet deep. Now, air cools quickly with height, like climbing a mountain. So I need someone to help me out here. Come on up, right here. What's your name?
Juliana.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Juliana.
Juliana, come on over here. Everybody give Juliana a big round of applause. I'm gonna put the mic right here for just a second. I'm gonna explain something. So first of all, the atmosphere isn't just where we're standing. The atmosphere goes up. And so for a hurricane to form, you need you need the air to cool quickly with height like climbing a mountain. So it needs to be warm where we are, 80 degrees at the surface of the ocean, but it needs to be like 60 degrees up here or 50 degrees up here. If it's 90 degrees up here, that's called an inversion, and that's high pressure, or that's a heavy weight, and storms are not able to build up. So I'm going to have an example of this. So I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to ask you, this is going to represent how it's warmer at top to the bottom. And I'm going to have you lift that up for me. Lift it straight up. Go ahead, use all your strength. Come on, you got this. What's going on? What's wrong? What's happening? Why can't you lift it?
It's stuck to the table.
No, it's not. Look, it's not stuck at all. It's not. It's not. So, okay? But again, it's warm, so that warm air sinks. It hits the ocean floor, so go ahead and lift it up. Okay, what's going on?
It's like warm. It's not stuck, but it's warm to. It's like kind of warm to the ocean floor.
Yes. So perfect. Here's the issue. The issue is this is what's happening in the upper levels of the atmosphere. This represents high pressure or warm air that sinks. Once it comes to the ground, you're not able to lift it up. Everyone, give a big round of applause. Good job. Now, here's the other thing you need. So you need cool air up here. The other thing you need is you need the winds to go in the same speed in the same direction from the surface to 5,000 feet. This causes thunderstorms to form. Okay, so I need a friend. Come on up. What's your name?
Alimi.
Alimi. Everyone say hi to Alimi. Hi. Okay, me and Alimi are going to represent the winds going in the same speed in the same direction to 5,000 feet. I'm taller than Alimi. So Alimi's at the ground. I'm 5,000 feet high, right? We're going to walk together. If you get this in hurricane season, you can have a hurricane form. Let's turn around, Alimi. We're flowing together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in an opposite direction. So stop there, Alimi. And this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk this way, but I'm going to be a wind. Okay, I'll tell you when to start, Alimi. Ready? I'll tell you when. Come on, Alimi. You ready? Alimi, ready? Come on, come on. You're coming. What happened? Come on, why are you stopping? What's happening to your hair, Alimi?
It's gone so weird.
Oh, whoa! You all right?
Yeah.
So here's what's happening. Did you see I stopped him? He shouldn't have stopped, right? He should have just walked. But what prevented him from walking all the way? The air was hitting him. Now, think of this in real life. If that wind is opposing him, not only is it lifting his hair, but it's also preventing him from growing. So you need the winds in the same speed, in the same direction for a hurricane to form. If you have an opposing wind higher up, it not only messes with his hair, but it prevents him from growing. Does everybody get that? Yeah. Okay, you're only going to leave me a big round of applause. So the Earth's spin causes the rotation of these thunderstorms. So as warm, moist air rises, it begins rotating toward the center. The wind speed increases. So here's our example. So Michael's going to come over here. Caroline's going to switch over so everybody can see this. I'm going to show your school colors here. So I'm going to go around. And what everybody's going to see is actually the live feed that's probably delayed by about 7 seconds here on KPRC2. So she's loading it up. We're going to press play. It might show a commercial, but that's okay. Yeah, and that's okay. Quick commercial. But here's the rotation. So everybody sees what I'm doing. I'm simply rotating our waters. Now the water, this is for a demonstration, so the water doesn't spin like this. What this is representing here is the rotation when a storm starts. Okay, so there it is. Okay, oh wow, that's more than 7 seconds, isn't it? Look at that. Okay, so once it gets to this shot, I'm going to show you what's going on, okay? So I'm spinning this, and then I'm going to show your colors here. Wow, that is a big old delay, isn't it? How does Alimi look, everybody? He's a good-looking kid, isn't he? That's great. Okay, so here we come over. So this is also good to know. So this is our first time that we're actually live on KPRC2. And so now I know that the delay isn't 7 seconds. I thought it was going to be 7 seconds. And so it's going to be more than that. So here we go. And actually it's going to be a big delay. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Is that okay if everyone sees this? Let's have you 5 kids come up in the front, right in the front row. Just come on up so you can see this. Come on up, you right there. You come on up. Yep.
Right here.
Yep. Because otherwise we're just kind of on this too long. Okay, ready? So here's what I'm going to do. I need somebody to keep spinning this for me. Do you see what I'm doing? Go ahead, just spin it like that. Don't like do it too strong, but just spin it. Got it? And what I'm let's go this. Can you do this way? Oh, it doesn't matter. Go ahead. Let me get going. Let me get it going for you. Well, you know what? I'm going to have you put the drops in. Okay? Called it. I'll tell you when. And what you're going to see is a hurricane. We're going to make a hurricane. Ready? Go ahead and put a few drops in. More. Okay. So what you guys are seeing is how everything in the center is coming together, and then on the outside you're actually seeing outer rain bands form. You guys see that? So do you see how everything's spinning close to the center? So basically there you have your hurricane. You have your center eye, and on the outside you have your outer rain bands. Okay, so let's show you a different example here. Let's try this again with this one. And we'll do the same thing. I'm going to put another one in there. This one might not work as well because I didn't get enough water. But again, what you're seeing is how everything comes to the center. And on the outside, you have that. Now what we're going to do is, Caroline, go ahead and switch back over to the show. Okay. So we did all this. Now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to spin this again. And I'm going to put, with the spin, so now we have a circulation, a spin. Does this look similar to that?
Yep. Yes.
Isn't that wild? So the circulation, so what you're getting is basically a disorganized looking tropical system, a tropical disturbance or a tropical storm. But you're basically seeing the same thing, which is pretty cool. Thank you guys so much for helping out with that. So if everything is perfect, you get an eye, you get an eye wall, you get rain bands. So here's a good complicated question for all of you. Why do hurricanes spin? I was spinning it, I was making it spin, but why do hurricanes spin when they get stronger and they go over warm water? So first of all, let's talk about the games you played maybe now or as a little kid. Tetherball. Does anybody ice skate here? Couple people? This is an advanced concept that you learn in middle school and in high school science. It's called the conservation of angular momentum. Just as a tetherball speeds up the closer it gets to the center of the pole, the wind speed up the closer it gets to the center of the storm, and this is called the conservation of angular momentum. So for those of you who ice skate, if you spin on an ice skate like this, you go slow. Once you start to wrap your arms in, you go fast. That's the conservation of angular momentum. When you're playing tetherball and the ball's way out, it goes slow. But when you have a good hit and then your partner misses the ball, does it go like this? Boom, and it hits the middle and you win. So that's the conservation of angular momentum. That's what happens with hurricanes. Hurricane names. I love this story. So hurricanes, in the 1800s, they were named after where a storm would hit. So if the storm hit, for example, in the 1800s, hit an island, and that island, it was St. Anthony Day. That hurricane would be called the St. Anthony Hurricane. But in the 1900s, it was named after longitude and latitude. That's position, and it moves, so that didn't last very long at all. So in 1951, there was a phonetic alphabet, Abel, Baker, Charlie, etc., but there's only a limited number of names there. So in 1953, they were named after girls, and girls only. And then what happened? The girls complained because these storms are bad. These storms cause damage. These storms hurt people. Why are they only named after girls? So because they complained, they said, okay, we should name them after boys too. So in 1979, they started being named after boys. And the names alternate every year. So this year it started with a girl, Arlene, and then went to a boy, Brett, then went to Cindy, then a Don, Emily, Franklin, Gert, Harold, Adelia, Jose, Katia. Lee is the hurricane that's going on right now. It's actually a tropical storm, but it'll be a hurricane at this time tomorrow. Now, this is what I really want to stress for you guys, and this is really important for what I'm talking about. We've been talking about hurricanes and how they form, but what I want you guys to get the message of, if a hurricane comes here, your biggest concern for where you live is flooding. And so these pictures are all pictures of flooding that's happened either in Galveston or on our own streets. So never bike through water, never play in flooded water, because me, Caroline, Michael, we're all in the news. And we hear stories that are awful, awful tragic stories about kids who get hurt because they're playing in flooded water. They had a decision that they shouldn't play in flooded water, but they did. So, okay, this is the one time I'm going to have everybody answer for me. What do I want you to remember more than anything else? Don't play in flooded water. Now, everyone repeat it after me. Don't play in flooded water. Does everybody get that? Yeah. Okay, so when I leave today, that's the most important thing I want you to remember at this age. Don't play in flooded water. Sometimes things like this happen in flooded water. This is a small thing. There's big problems that can be there too. Oh, you know what? Let me show you this. Let me show you a big problem, first of all. Here's the big problem. Do you guys see this picture? This is a picture of two kids who look like they're about your age, another kid shooting it on his phone, another kid hanging out the truck, and another kid driving and playing in flooded water. Now, that's probably a lot of fun to hydroplane on the road, but I can look at this picture and tell you there's a million things that can go wrong on this tragically. And so don't play in flooded water. Now, nothing bad happened in this. Someone sent me this picture and said, can you believe this, how crazy these kids are? But that's so dangerous. Those kids' shirts and pants are the same colors of the water. Then if the driver behind them is not paying attention, things can go wrong quickly, right? Now, that's an extreme case. This is not as extreme, but it hurts. You know what happens in flooded water sometimes? If it goes over an anthill, is you get an anthill that's floating on water. So ants are like me. They don't like getting wet. And so the ants that aren't very important go to the bottom and they lock arms and tentacles. The ones that are a little more important, get on top of them. The ones that are a little more important, get on top of them. The ones that are a little more get on top of them. At the very end, the queen and the eggs are the most important to these ants, and they're floating. So if you're playing in flooded water and you come across this, you're a dry island. Now, you're not going to go to the hospital, but it's going to hurt. How many people have been bitten by ants? I was bit by 3 ants last week, and man, it hurt, it itched, and it hurt for like 3 days. Imagine 100 of ants bites at one time on one leg. This is for teachers and parents who are watching right now on KPRC2, and also for the teachers here. Don't drive in water if you don't know how deep it is. You guys do not have to worry about this yet, but someday you will. Oh, I don't know, by the way, I don't know the answer to this question. I don't know how deep this water is. I don't know if it's 2 inches, 2 feet, or if it's a bridge that's out and it's 20 feet deep. So if you don't know how deep it is, don't drive in it. Because some big cars, and we have big cars, can make it, but some big cars can't. This kid, not only did the water move him, but it moved his dad's big old truck. How powerful is water? It's dangerous. So don't play in flooded water. Don't play in flooded water. 2 feet of water will make your car float. The problem with our cars is they're not meant to float. They have holes in the bottom, and so if you get water in your engine, that's $2,000 to $4,000 worth of repairs for an old car, not even a new car. Let's change topics now, and we're going to get ready for you guys to do the weather. Here's how I forecast the weather. First of all, you have radar. You have satellite images. You have this hook represents a tornado. That would be a hook echo, a radar indicated tornado. And then you have recording stations. That would be what the temperature is here in Sugar Land, what the winds are, what the humidity, what the dew point is. I have different surface maps I look at, different weather models. So all of this I learned in school. So everything you guys learn in school is a foundation to that you'll learn more when you're in high school, and you'll learn more in college. But I also look outside. So if the rock is wet, it's raining. If the rock is swaying, it's windy. If the rock is hot, it's sunny. If the rock is cool, it's overcast. If the rock is white, it's snowing. If the rock is blue, it's cold. If the rock is gone, tornado. So I look outside too. And then I make the graphics. Caroline is great at making graphics. So she makes graphics, I make graphics, we do this together. And then we go in front of sometimes a green screen and do the weather. And so I can't wear green. If you'll notice, I have gray and blue on. No one here really has green, kind of a green shirt right there, kind of, but it's not the true green that you're seeing here. So it's your turn. Are you ready? You're going to do the weather for your city. What city are we in? Okay. You're going to give the current temperatures. What is our weather today and what happens tomorrow? Are you guys ready for this? Yes. Okay. Okay, you're doing one of them? Come on up. If you're the volunteers, come on up. I'm going to turn on your clicker. So this is what we don't use this one because this is for remotes, okay? So come on over here. And then how about have one other person? We can take one other person. Come on up. Sure, perfect. Perfect. Oh, you can come on up. You're good. Okay. What's your name?
Ariana.
We have Ariana. Everyone say hi to Ariana.
Hi.
What's your name?
Alice.
Everyone say hi to Alice. Hi. Alice was my grandmother's name. I love that name. That's awesome. Okay, what's your name?
Elle.
L? Like L as in like the letter L or E-L-L-E?
E-L-L-E.
Okay,
it's
awesome.
Funny.
Everyone say hi to L. Hi. And then?
Abby.
Abby? Okay, Abby's my 16-year-old daughter, so we have an Alice and an Abby. How awesome is that? Okay, are you ready? Okay, so here's what you're going to do. This is what people are going to see on TV. So we're going to have Caroline switch this over. There is a big delay, so you guys will see yourself later. But what you're going to look at here, this is what we work in front of. It's a little different. This is portable, but this is what's going to be behind you. This map you see in front of you is behind you. Okay, ready? When you're ready, you're going to press this middle button to advance the map. So I'm just going to do it for you here. There's the current temperature. This is the temperature in Sugar Land. Can you read how hot it feels right now?
86.
That's the actual temperature. How hot does it feel?
It feels like 101 degrees.
Okay, perfect. And then what's the temperature going to be tomorrow in Sugar Land?
Tomorrow it's gonna be 80,
102.
102 degrees.
Awesome. Okay, you're going to do this on your own. Ready? So I just helped you through it. I'm going to go back to the first map. Okay, so Michael's going to set up right in front of you. So everybody watching on TV is going to be on the stream is going to be able to see you. So that's your mic. This is your clicker. Do you want me to click or you want to click?
You can click.
Okay, so I'm getting out of the way. This is all you. Go ahead and face Michael. Say your name. Say hi, my name is. And then say, here's your weather for Arizona Fleming Elementary School or something like that. Okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Ariana Vera, and this is gonna be the temperature for Arizona Fleming. The temperatures right now in Sugar Land is 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Webster's and Pearland it's gonna be 87 degrees Fahrenheit, and Pasadena is going to be 90 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Right now, it feels like 101 degrees Fahrenheit. And
awesome. Great. Keep going. I'm sorry. That was my bad. I didn't click.
And today, tomorrow it's going to be 102 degrees Fahrenheit. And on Friday, it's going to be also 102 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yay, everyone got a big round of applause. That was excellent. Good job. That was great. Okay, come on up. Okay, so you see what we're doing, right? Okay, do you want to click and hold or you just want to hold?
Just hold.
Okay, so we're going to now I'm going to challenge you, okay? Because she is first. So you, Alice, are going to do something different. So you're going to look at the camera, and then I want you to stand to the side like you're actually doing it. And the graphics are here. It's green, but they're actually here on TV. And then just look and talk this way, okay? So you can face Michael, but you can also face this way. Ready? You ready for the challenge? Oh, you're not? That's okay. But you do have to introduce yourself. You ready? Okay, come in the middle. And then when you're done introducing yourself, take a step back to here. Okay? Okay, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Alice Garcia. Today, the weather in Sugar Land is 86 degrees. It feels like 101 degrees today, but it's actually 86 degrees.
Good.
Is that good?
Okay, you're good, okay.
Tomorrow it will be 102 degrees, and on Friday it will be 102 degrees also.
Alex, that was excellent. Good job. Good job. Okay. Are we ready, Al? Are you ready? Okay, Al, you're coming up. Okay, you got this down, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you the mic. Do you want to do the clicker too? Yeah. Okay, so you touch the middle button, all right? This way you control the graphics. All right, Al, I'm going to put you in the middle. And you go.
Hi, my name is Elle. Today's temperatures in Sugar Land are 86 degrees, in Pearland 87 degrees, and Webster 88 degrees, in Katy 89 degrees, in Baytown 87 degrees, and in Spring 86 degrees. Today it is 86 degrees but feels like 101 degrees. The humidity is high because the humidity is 82 degrees. Tomorrow it is 102 degrees, and also on Friday.
Al, excellent job. You did both. Way to go. That was great. Good job. Oops, let me go back. Okay, you ready? Okay, we got Abby here. Everybody say hi to Abby. Hi. Do you want the clicker? No. Okay, I'm going to do the clicker for you. So just go in the middle, and then you introduce yourself, and then move off to the side. Now everybody sees how they're doing it. And so if you stand in the middle, you block the numbers. But if you come off over here, then there's more space. So, okay, I'm going to control this. You get in the middle. Abby, you start, introduce yourself, and then it's all yours.
My name is Abby Alone.
Abby, did I call you Alice? Okay, good. Sorry about that. Abby, go ahead. Start over. I messed you up, Abby. Go ahead.
Today is 86 in Sugarland.
I'm sorry, I messed you up. Okay, I'm going to just start over. So introduce yourself and then start. And then I'll got the clicker for you.
My name is Abigail Alone, and today in Sugarland it feels like it's 86. Today is 86, and it feels like 101. Tomorrow is 102, and Friday 102.
Nice. Very good. Very good. Everybody give Abby a big round of applause. Okay. I did not get a boy, so I want one boy. Come on up. Okay, yeah, I'll pick another boy. Okay. Let's do the back. Did we do, that's right there in the red. Yeah, come on up. Come on up. Yep, that's you. Yep, come on up real quick. You gotta run. Remember, run. We talked about being fast. Good job. What's your name?
Anthony Hernandez.
Anthony. We have the same name. Awesome. Not Hernandez part, but that's awesome. Okay, ready? I'm going to control the click for you. So introduce yourself, do the weather, and we're done. Okay? Go ahead.
My name's Anthony Hernandez, and today's weather is 86 in Sugarland, 89 in Katy, 89 in Cypress, and today's weather is 86 but feels like 101 degrees, and the humidity is 82. Thursday is temperatures are 80, feels like 102. Friday's temperatures are 80 and feels like 102.
Yay, Anthony. Good job. Good job. Let's switch out. Okay, you guys, we're almost out of time. But we have a little bit of time, and I promised I wouldn't go short, because if we go short, guess what happens on TV? They go to black. And so we have to keep talking. So what I'm going to do is we're going to switch back over, and then I'm going to talk about a couple of other things. About I can't wear green. If I wear green, I disappear. But there was one Halloween that I did wear green, sort of. So for one Halloween, I went as the headless weatherman for my costume on TV. So it was bone dry, it was a ghostly chill, spirits were dampened from this front bringing rain, but this is how I did the weather that day, by just simply covering my head, and this is what it looked like on TV. And of course I couldn't have a real horse, but I did have a little stick play horse. But there it is. So that's how we did that. Okay, I don't think we have a lot of time left, but I'm going to finish out with just a couple things about thunderstorms, okay?
10 minutes.
How much?
10 minutes.
Oh, we got 10? Oh, wow. Okay, good. This is good that I have a lot of extra stuff for you, okay? Thunderstorms. If you hear thunder, get inside right away. The safest place to be is in your home, school, or car. If there's a thunderstorm, this is a great place to be. Because if lightning hits the school, the electricity will travel around the school, it'll go into the ground, and then it goes away. So we're in a safe spot. Where's a bad spot? Outside. And if you're outside and you were to slow down a lightning strike, this is what it looks like. So you saw it vein out, but it had one target. Each lightning strike hits one thing when it hits the ground. We'll watch it one more time. Here it comes down. There it goes. One connection. How lightning forms. On a day like today, and this is a great example which may happen today, it's clear outside right now. But clouds start to build up as we head toward the afternoon. If it's unstable, remember, if it's cold up here, not warm, if it's cold, it's able to lift. The clouds build, they build, they build, and pretty soon you get rain, and if there's enough instability, you get lightning. Lightning is like your batteries for your play cars or your flashlights. but there's positive and negatives in the atmosphere. And the atmosphere is always trying to get balanced. And so if you have positive, negative, the atmosphere is in balance. I'm in balance. If I did this, put my legs apart about shoulder length, and I stood here, I could do this all day long because I'm balanced. I'd get hungry, I'd get tired, I'd get thirsty, but you can't move me. But what happens if I do this? If I pick up a leg, I am out of balance. And the only way I'll ever get into balance is letting go of my leg. There's the balance. What does this represent? It represents a lightning strike. So that's what the atmosphere is doing. It's always trying to balance itself. So knowing this, and if you're outside, you don't ever want to be outside when there's thunderstorms, because there you are, and boom, there you go down. Never stand under tall trees. You remember how I was telling you about the sad stories we tell about kids who play in flooded water? There are tragic stories that we tell about people who are like me and like ants, don't like getting wet. So when there's rain, they go under a tree. When there's thunderstorms, they go under a tree. And if lightning usually hits the tallest thing out there, which is usually trees. But look at what lightning did to this tree here. I mean, it took all the bark off. Pretty weird. But not only does lightning hit the tree, you might say, well, I'm under the tree, but the tree is over here. The actual main part of the tree, I'm over here. Lightning goes out in all directions once it reaches the ground. Just like if it were to hit the building, it goes out this way. On the ground, do you see how the lightning electricity is going out in different directions? So don't be under trees, right? So when there's thunderstorms, where should you be? Awesome. Not outside, right? Okay. It's also safe in your car. If lightning hits your car, you're going to be fine. Now, it's going to be scary. It's going to be loud. It might mess up your electrical system. I had my friend's car. My friend who was driving got hit by lightning, and it messed up his radios. So it trashed that. But he was fine. But what happens is, and it's not your rubber. It's not the bottom of your shoes or the tires, rubber tires that protect you. It's the metal. The metal is what's called a Faraday cage, and you'll learn about this in middle or high school science class. So what happens is the electricity hits the metal, it goes around, and then it goes through the tires into the ground. So if you're inside that car, you're safe. And you'll learn about this in middle school and then also high school science. Okay, I said we weren't going to do this, but I didn't think we'd go this far. But since we started early, but they're making me go long. So I had this as pad, but now we're going to have you guys talk. Okay, are you guys ready for this? Yes. So if you know the answer, I want you to raise your hand. Okay, first of all, did we see this lightning strike? There it is. Okay, there's a lightning strike. How far away is that lightning strike? If we're all here, we have windows there, and we see lightning, and it takes 10 seconds to hear thunder. So it goes boom, bright, and then 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, boom, 10 seconds. How far away is that lightning strike? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Yes in the back, real loud. It's 10 miles away, so we have one guess of 10 miles away. I need another guess. Someone I haven't used yet? Yes, right there. How far away is that lightning strike? What? 5 miles. We have 10 miles. We have 5 miles. I'm going to go one more guess. Yes. 7 miles. We have 10. We have 5. We have 7 miles. That lightning strike every 5 seconds is 1 mile. The sound of light is instant. It's so fast, but sound moves really slow. So every 5 seconds is 1 mile, using your math. How far away is that lightning strike? 2 miles. You guys are wicked smart. Great. 2 miles is close. If it takes 10 seconds for you to hear lightning or thunder, to see lightning and hear thunder, that's 2 miles is close. So where should you be? Not outside. Okay, another question for you. You guys ready for this? How big is lightning? Now, what I'm asking you is how wide. How wide is lightning? How big? Not like ground to the height, to the sky. How big is lightning? Yes. Who has some answers here? Yes. 5 feet, so about right here? 4 feet. Okay, right here, okay? 4 feet. What's your name? Tohi. Okay, 4 feet. Yes.
15 feet.
15 feet. So like from here to here. Okay, 15 feet. We have 4 feet. We have 15 feet. Yes. 30 feet. Oh my gosh. Okay, so from the door to Michael. We'll do one more guess over here. Yes. 25 feet. Okay, so we're just filling the room now. Okay, ready? 3/4 of an inch. If you could catch lightning, it would fit in your hand like this. But lightning is crazy powerful. But it's not very big. Okay, now I need someone to help me with this. Yeah, come on up. What's your name?
Antonella.
Antonella. Everybody say hi to Antonella. Okay, so Antonella, she's going to act for me, okay? Antonella, we all know she's a great kid, right? But in this instance, we're going to make Antonella make a bad decision. You cool with that? Okay, she says, okay. All right, ready? So, we're all out playing. It's a play date on a Saturday. No teachers around, but we're all playing. So we're having a great time. It starts to rain. But Antonella's like, I don't care, I love rain, woo! Okay? She loves rain. And you guys are fine. Some of you guys break out an umbrella or you just like hide under a tree, but it's just rain. No lightning, right? Now all of a sudden, there's a lightning strike. And it takes 20 seconds to hear thunder. So it is how far away? Good job, great math. But you guys, the 5th graders who are all real smart, you're like, hey, I ain't staying out here in a thunderstorm, and you guys all go home. But Antonella, the 4th grader's like, we don't care, we love rain, and thunder's so cool. All right, so you guys go home. Now, there's a lightning strike. 5 seconds goes by, you hear thunder, and how far away is that lightning strike? 1 mile. You guys all go, whoa, and you guys go home. And Antonella's like, no, don't leave me, this is too fun. But she's having a great time. Now all of a sudden, 1 minute. So Antonella's hair goes like this. What's happened? What's happened is lightning has picked her as a target. And so now lightning is coming from static electricity. Yep, it's coming from the ground while it's coming from the sky. And she's in a world of problems, right? So Antonella would never do this. So everybody thank Antonella for doing this. Michael, go to the back of the room. So go ahead and go back because we're going to end here with a minute left. Lightning goes up and down sometimes. Sometimes it comes straight down. It's really rare for it just to go straight up. But usually what happens is it meets somewhere right around here. So with Antonella, lightning picked her as a target, and the static, the electricity, the lightning started coming out of the sky, and it makes a connection in the sky, and that's really bad, right? So we know that. Okay, here's what we're going to do, guys. You ready? I want everybody to stand up. I want everybody to face Michael. Thank you guys so much for being with me today. And you guys, we went long. This was supposed to be a half hour. You guys got all kinds of extra time. But he's going to count me down. Everybody say goodbye. Bye. From Arizona Fleming Elementary School. Bye.